Yesterday, I said I had some ideas on what I could do with the Days Are Gone piece to get us kind of like out of just a little idea nugget and into an actual piece of music. And today I started to lay out that roadmap, or at least up until the drop chorus here. Kind of feeling like this is like a song. If you didn't catch my video yesterday, I'd encourage you to go back and watch it for a little bit more context on what I'm talking about here. But we got kind of an intro put in, and then a spot for more lyrics put in, and I'll play it through here, kind of like to the drop. Nothing's new at this point. So, and it's also kind of empty here. But this is what the beginning sounds like. Now, at this point, we're in a place where I would put lyrics. More song would happen here. More singing would happen here. That'll be probably the same melody as the singing that's about to start happening, but different words. That would hopefully set up these words here, where the name of the song comes from. If you want to hear the drop, go watch yesterday's video. We walked through it in more detail there. But yeah, the main thing I've been learning a lot about recently is, hey, bounce your things to audio. Always do that, right? That makes it so much easier to like use an idea somewhere else and not have it just be like locked into MIDI. MIDI is not easy to manipulate. It is, you kind of have to have the note happen as it triggers, you know? And like over here, I have these horns happening here in MIDI, where they go like this. Really cool sound, but they go, they have this kind of like introduction, and you have that like happens on like the downbeat. And so if I want those to happen over here, I want them to happen right at the beginning, which I will admit is, you know, the kind of a rough beginning to a track. If you're like pulling up a track of music and it just starts like that, like you maybe do want a little bit of warm up. Maybe I want to put like a pickup measure in here, but that's something I'll figure out later. And so here, having this, being able to just like put it to audio, chop that off, and then have it actually start right on that instead of having this little pickup, made things a lot easier. Bouncing things to audio, always good. And the other thing it did is it allowed me to take this idea over here that's really nice and clear, right? And chop it up, put it into some audio, put a whole bunch of reverb and delay on top of it, and make this sound. It just rolls around and then comes back. And the thing is like when you're listening to the song, especially the first time around, you're hearing this before you've heard this. And so this doesn't have you don't have any context for this. You don't know what you're hearing here. Same thing with the horns. You don't know what these are. You're not hearing like where these are going to be in the piece. As far as you know, that's its own little thing. Right? And the horns are kind of their own little thing. And then when they completely are gone, those two parts are not a thing that happen at all during the verse here. But then they come back in a more clear, especially this vocal chop comes through. Right? It creates this sort of like foreshadowing that is then crystallized and fully realized in the chorus. So I'm slowly starting to realize, like, once you get like a good nugget of an idea going, take your best ideas, make them more muddy and more blurry, put them at the beginning in front of your build-up, and that's your intro. You know, you have intro that is drop but blurry, build up into drop, which is drop but clear. That's kind of where we're at right now. That's what I did today. Moved some things around, figured out how I wanted to organize things and also like what order to bring things in. I think having the drums drop down there is a good idea. That's just a high cut coming on in as it gets into the verse, and the riser as well, chopping off right there at that moment, and creating this like change in space. I think they'll really create a really good pocket for the vocals that hopefully I'll think of words and put them in tomorrow. Maybe re-record this vocal too, so it's kind of just one take going through here. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't think the vocal chop needs to necessarily be exactly this for this to feel good. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's all we have time for today. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.